Well, they typically say Christmas in July. Well, it is for Saluki Nation as Saluki football is back, which means your Saluki radio crew is back. Alongside the coach Pat Poore, Mike Trude, I am Luke Martin. We welcome you back into our coverage of Saluki football. And Mike, man, it's always a great time of year when we get back at it. And when you have a year like SIU had last year, that anticipation builds even more because you want to get a bad taste out of your mouth.
Yeah, at the end of November, they were ready to go December 1st to get going again and get that 4-8 season out of their minds, out of their systems completely. Again, every summer it's a brand new start. Everybody's 0-0. Everybody thinks we can be a national champion.
Coach Poore, for you, you've been a part of so many of these as a coach. When you finally get to day one as a coach, put us in the shoes of these assistants. What is this beginning process like as a team?
Yeah, you hit it on the head. It is. It's almost like Christmas morning. We said that for years because it's that deal where it's like these guys have been here, they put a bunch of work in, but it's still, you're kind of unwrapping it. It's day one of camp, and you want to see what they've gotten accomplished over the summer, and from a coaching standpoint, it's your work. I mean, people don't realize how much work goes into the summers in terms of actually fall camp used to be. You come to camp, you throw the balls out, you kind of start to get in game shape. Nowadays, you've done that for 4 months, like Mike said, starting in December, January.
Well, and there's another reason why there's a lot of optimism here at camp. DJ Williams is healthy. Jake Curry as well, who got a lot of time last year. He's back and healthy. It's a quarterback room, Mike, now that through a lot of struggles last year, there's now more depth and experience there at that position.
I mean, you don't go into the season thinking your graduate assistant is going to have to play the last game of the year and virtually play the whole game, and he sets a career record for passing touchdowns in a game. Just one after the other, they fell and fell and fell. And when DJ went down, you still had hope because you had a good backup. He goes down, and then you get in Jake Curry, and then Jake did all of he could, but you didn't want to ruin him for a possible off-season situation.
And it's hard to even really wrap your head around this too, Coach Poore. Colin Bohannick, such a huge part of the team a year ago, going to be a big part of the team this year, being a preseason third-team All-American. He only played one full game in a series against Austin Peay last year. He's now been able to retool his body a bit, get in better shape. A healthy Colin Bohannick changes a lot of things on defense too.
Well, and no different than the quarterback position. That's your point man, and that the communication, the leadership, and that's what those two guys. It was an old rule. If a guy got hurt, you made him coach because it gave him a different perspective. And obviously, I've never seen a team go through what the Dogs went through last year in terms of injuries, but especially those two key positions right there. The leadership that they've gained and the perspective they've gained from being able to sit back and hear what coaches are saying and how they're coaching different players and situations, I think is probably what those guys hopefully have benefited the most from over these past 5-6 months leading up to today.
Not that you want to characterize it as a question mark, but yes, DJ, of course, so much experience. There's excitement there. I think what we're all anxious to see now, Mike, in camp is some of those weapons around him, especially in the running back room, the receiver room, that tight end room, which was really hurt hard a year ago with injuries to Aiden Quinn and Ryan Schwindeman. Both those guys are now healthy, and Coach Griff believes there's more depth there. That, to me, is what a lot of eyes, I think, are going to be on here in camp, is seeing the development around a centerpiece in DJ.
Yeah, no question. DJ was the second leading net rusher a year ago. He played 3 games. Jerian Parker led the team in rushing. He played 10 games. He's not here this year. So it's up to LaShawn Lester. It's up to the guys who come in. Some guys were injured last year. Who's going to be the guy that steps up in that tailback spot and can give the Salukis 70, 80 yards a game to take some of the pressure off DJ, who we know can be phenomenal, but it would be so nice to have 1 or 2 guys to give you that 80 yards a game to aid in that process, but that's going to take a healthy offensive line. It's going to take the tight ends of Schwendeman and all those guys and Quinn of staying healthy and doing what we know they can do.
Coach Hill, back being the OC. You've been on staff before where he's had the head coach hat and the OC hat. Why is he a good guy in that role in terms of giving the offense his undivided attention, but also not forgetting, hey, you're the head man, you're leading the whole football team?
I think because part of his DNA is just the relationship with the quarterback. Having been a former quarterback, he knows what he wants to do in his head, and he can teach that. He can transfer that to the players on offense, and that's the thing. Going back to DJ, through the summer, a lot of people don't realize that is the coach in the summer, going through OTAs and player run practices and installs. You know, now you get to camp, and it's the fine-tuning part of it.
We've talked about Colin Bohannon defensively. That's where more of the fresh faces are on this coaching staff. Coach Persinski, of course, takes over. He was on staff a year ago. Now the DC, 2 new position coaches. When you look at that side of the ball, Mike, just what's intriguing you? What are you looking forward to watch here in the early stages of camp?
Without question, the linebackers. I love that entire group. You look at the guys who are potentially second line and third line linebackers on this team. They could be starting on other teams in this league. That's how deep this linebacker crew is. You've got Shug Walker, who's just had a phenomenal year, kind of in the shadows a little bit, but then came on really strong the last few games of the year. Colin is back. Stephen Green, although probably won't start, is so capable coming off the sidelines. I mean, the talent, presto, they're just so talented and so deep. That is obviously the strongest part.
We have more coverage coming at you all fall camp long. You know where to stay. That's right here with Saluki football. It's here. We are back at it here at Saluki Stadium. For my partners, the coach Pat Poor, Mike Trude, I am Luke Martin. We will stay in touch with you, Saluki Nation, throughout fall camp. Go Dogs.